Going into the woods alone at night can be downright terrifying. But what if you stumble upon something or someone you'd rather not face? Tonight, we're uncovering 6 of the most spine-chilling encounters ever caught on camera. These stories will have you thinking twice before ever setting foot in the woods alone again. Let's jump straight into the first unsettling encounter. But before we begin, just a quick warning. The last video is truly disturbing. The first video tonight comes from the Abandoned World Explorer, a channel dedicated to uncovering the hidden and forgotten, urban exploration through the lens of decay, mystery, and the passage of time. It is February the 25th, 2021, and Dennis, the host, is joined by his friend Dan on a chilling trip to Dark Bluff, Maryland. The coordinates for this unsettling location were generated using Randonautica, an app known for producing random destinations tied to the user's intent. For Dan, who was grieving the recent loss of his father, it was meant to be a distraction. What they encountered was anything but comforting.
I don't really want to keep this away from too much because honestly these really freak me out. So I can whack the light right up. But literally just oh, it's freezing. You're not cold? As you're hearing Gook's, mine's shocking. Honestly, people, explorers, this isn't my sort of thing. I'm not really into all this, but I just feel like so there's like a low fence there.
As they arrive at the coordinates, they're met with a desolate winter landscape, snow-covered woods stretching endlessly around them. The silence is broken only by the crunch of snow beneath their boots. There's something about the stillness. It feels heavy, almost unnatural.
It's like a makeshift. Check out the heated jacket, and right now it's like
I see that sounds too like someone there, doesn't it? It's all quiet and that
just want to say, you know, don't recommend like there's a lot of doggy paws as well, footprints. Still shame a lot, nearly have arrived, but I'm not even joking. I'm literally a brick. So it's literally saying we're coming to don't know if it's like a tent or something. There's someone over there. There is. Sure, it's a tent then.
While wandering deeper into the forest, they suddenly spot something that sends a chill through them. People, moving in the distance, partially obscured by the trees. The last thing they wanted to run into out here, especially given the app's reputation.
Two people there. Hello? Chainsaw? Ain't chainsaw. Is that chainsaw?
Yeah.
That ain't a chainsaw, Dan. Huh? That's not a chainsaw. Hey? Oh, Dan, run! Leg! Where the fuck were they? They're way in, man. I'm not far. Mate, we were standing in there. We just literally walked around the whole lot. Like, I'm not even joking, around the whole lot. Oh my god.
Did you hear the noise again though? Ooh.
Yeah, but I didn't know what you was down there when before we went.
Do you know the tree where he was?
Well, you actually physically see someone.
He was curled up in the ball by the tree.
So basically someone's been watching us in there the whole time.
Yeah, do you know the tree where he was?
But as we was coming out there, there's something like there's one over there and there's something like there's more than one in there.
Yeah. But do you know where he was?
There's two or three guys in the woods. Hello?
They're there, Dave. Get them over, get them over.
Where?
Just as they begin to process what they're seeing, things escalate fast. Grunting sounds echo through the trees, followed by the mechanical sputter of someone trying to start a chainsaw. Then, they see him. A man running straight at them, chainsaw in hand. They don't wait to find out what's going on. Pure adrenaline kicks in, and they sprint back through the snow, escaping the woods without injury, but definitely not without fear. So what do you think? Was this a terrifying coincidence? Or were they being lured there? Was someone waiting for them at those coordinates? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. With Randonautica, you never really know where you'll end up, or who might be waiting. Quick question. Would you ever camp alone in the woods, not knowing who or what might be out there with you? Or do you prefer to stay warm and cozy in your own bed, watching others brave the unknown from the safety of your screen? The next horrifying video comes from TikTok user K, known for posting unsettling and often supernatural encounters that leave viewers questioning what's real and what's something else entirely. It is October the 13th, 2020, and while out exploring a remote, heavily wooded area with friends, Kay captures something truly chilling, an experience that quickly went viral and stirred intense debate online.
I don't know.
That was a child screaming.
Joe, listen. Or like a woman or something. That was a female screaming, Phil. Please, please, please. No. Oh my God, Phil, it sounds like somebody's being
Suddenly, loud screams tear through the silence of the woods. These aren't animal cries. These are human, and they sound like a woman screaming in distress. The group stops in their tracks, their tone shifting immediately from playful curiosity to dread.
Dude, you need to have that person there. It's supposed to be
Phil, that sounds like some scary movie
Fucking middle of
dude, I have
nowhere.
the biggest revolver ever, dude.
I'll do it first.
It's probably
Dude, we're in the middle of nowhere. There's
Dude, that sounds like some haunted ass dude. What happened to the other steel target?
there's two.
One right there on the ground. It's on the ground.
is what?
That right there. What the is that? Dude, that's not normal.
No.
Please tell me you guys are me. Oh! No!
Trying to figure out where the screams are coming from, they cautiously move deeper into the forest. That's when they come across a few strange, unsettling items. Objects that seem eerily tied to demonic or ritualistic activity. Then, just as the tension peaks, another blood-curdling scream rings out. Closer this time. That's enough for them. No hesitation. They bolt, abandoning the search for safety. So, what do you think was lurking out there in those woods? A woman in real danger? Someone trying to lure them in with a fake cry for help? Or something much darker, like a skinwalker imitating human screams? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Whatever it was close, and it didn't want to be found. Sorry to interrupt the video, but if you're enjoying it, please consider liking the video and subscribing to our channel. Your support helps us to continue creating awesome, creepy videos. Now let's get back to the video. The next chilling video comes from T-Mac, a YouTuber known for combining paranormal investigation with outdoor exploration, often venturing deep into forests, swamps, and remote wilderness, using gear like thermal cameras and radios to document strange encounters. It is August 9th, 2024, and T-Mac has joined a paranormal investigation team at a secret off-grid campsite in Gage County. The site is set near a murky pond, surrounded by dense woods, trails, and a shallow stream crossed by a narrow wooden bridge. Scattered throughout the area are eerie, man-made wooden structures, large and intricate, almost symbolic. No one seems to know who built them or why.
It's cool property though. Here it's just dead quiet. You can hear off in the distance some I think there's a little bit of road traffic and there's a railroad not too far away. You can kind of see the moon through there. It's about 3/4 full. So if that's man-made, somebody, boy, they have a good sense of humor and a lot of free time. Because I don't know, but it's freaking massive. And again, nobody left any trash or anything like that in there, so if they were like it was a homeless or somebody wandering They didn't leave any signs of it. They're very clean. But I did not check thoroughly to see if there's like that hair in there, which I may suggest that to Jack if he wants to go check it out. I can see the glow sticks. You can see some of MT and Jack's lights. This little stream is really cool. Okay. Alright. Find a rock. You know me, if it's not a stick, then it's a rock I find. But this is really cool down here. I am trying to look at that. I do have a heat. I'm hitting on something at the base of that tree. And I can't see anything making it. So I'm not sure whether it's anything. And my glasses are fogging a little bit because it is humid tonight. More uphills. I'm about tired out from uphill. Now look, if you see over that way, you see some of the glow sticks and kind of like some of the light from Jack and MT's campfire. So we're getting up close to it.
As the group explores under the cover of darkness, the sound of chirping crickets fills the air, amplifying the isolation. That's when T-Mac stumbles upon some of the strange structures, clearly built by someone or something. It's an unsettling reminder that they might not be as alone out there as they thought.
You can see their fire right there. Thermal's hitting on it. And you can see that's one of, that's either MT, I think, because they have the headlamp. I think that's MT walking over there by the campsite, which they don't really want me showing because it's their private, undisclosed campsite. Oh, I got a heat signature there. That's definitely looks like something alive. But I can't see anything. But I am definitely hitting on something. I have to like, oh, look at the spider webs. Trying to make sure they're not right in my path. That's definitely something I think it's something alive. Two somethings, it looks like. Oh. Where'd they go? Where'd they go? Well, I got something on the thermal, but I can't get it on. Can't get it on the main camera, which that's frustrating. But it looks like there's something that's like underneath some of those logs down trees over there, which means they're probably some sort of critter. But they think they're hiding from me, but they're really not. But I can't get them to pop a head up here, so there's two. There's definitely two there. Again, if you got to check the thermal out, because I literally got these running at about just a few seconds apart. Okay, let's see if I can make my way out of here without going through a gigantic spider web. Okay.
Things take an even stranger turn when T-Mac switches to his thermal camera and catches something the regular camera doesn't. Movement. A figure, partially hidden, barely distinguishable, but it's there. If you look closely, you can even make out what looks like glowing eyes. And then, tiny rocks started being thrown in his direction. At the time, T-Mac doesn't realize what's happening. It's only after reviewing the footage that the full weight of the encounter sinks in. So what was it? A person? A creature? Something else entirely? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Whatever it was watching, and it wanted him to know. Perhaps it's not the animals we should fear most, but other humans. In the dark and desolate places we explore, it's often the unexpected presence of another person that turns a thrilling experience into a truly terrifying encounter. The next shocking video of the night comes from The Bell Explorers, a YouTube channel known for urban exploration and paranormal investigations. Their content often takes viewers deep into abandoned, eerie places where the line between the real and the supernatural starts to blur. It is April the 8th, 2025. And the group has arrived at what they believe is either a former convent or nunnery. Its true identity remains unclear. As they approach the structure, the tension is already mounting. A light intermittently flashes from within, suggesting someone might be inside, possibly security.
We're here today to explore a nunnery, convent, whatever you want to call it.
We're outside, but there is a light flashing around in there, and we don't know if it's security. And the light is coming this way, and we're just sort of hiding in the bushes, but with a light cleaning our face. Oh, go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Go, go. You alright, Joe? Yeah.
His torch coming over.
There it is. It's coming over.
He's coming up. Getting closer.
I don't know if that's security whistling other security or whether it's...
He's got a high.
Yeah, he's got a high vis on this guy. Yeah, stop recording.
At first, the atmosphere is upbeat. They're joking, filming, and keeping low outside the building. But then, they spot movement inside. A light beam sweeps the area, getting closer. Suddenly, the figure begins chasing them. At first, the group laughs, thinking it's just part of the thrill, until uncertainty creeps in. Is this really a security guard, or something else entirely? The tension peaks until they spot the high-vis jacket. Relief washes over them. Just security, not some stranger lurking in a forgotten convent. Still, that brief moment of fear was enough to jolt everyone back into reality. Let us know in the comments below. Have you ever been chased off a location while exploring? There are countless things in this world that we don't fully understand. And sometimes, the true dangers lie in the unseen things that go bump in the night or whisper from the shadows. The next video comes from Squatch Mafia, a YouTube channel dedicated to exploring cryptid phenomena, particularly Bigfoot, Sasquatch, and Yeti encounters. It is August the 9th, 2024, and while working in a remote forested region of Alberta, Canada, a pair of oil workers had a chilling experience. In the middle of their shift, one of them spotted something, a large, dark figure, standing unnervingly still among the trees. It didn't move like a person, and it didn't feel like one either. One of the workers quickly pulled out his phone to record.
Oh yeah, okay, now I see something. Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of coming over the.
Just through the tree.
In the footage, the figure can be seen shifting behind the tree line. And then, in a moment that left both men stunned, it appears to hurl a massive birch tree, estimated to be 20 to 30 feet long, like it was nothing. It arcs through the mist and crashes with force, far beyond what any normal human could pull off. The original video was grainy, but enhancements have since brought out more detail, fueling belief that this may be one of the clearest Bigfoot sightings captured to date. So what do you think? Is this the real deal? A hoax? Or something else entirely? Let us know your thoughts and theories in the comments. Whatever was in those woods had strength far beyond our own. Before the next clip, if you are enjoying the video, please drop us a like and consider subscribing. We upload new creepy videos weekly. Now, back to the video. The last and most disturbing video of the night comes from Sort of Interesting, a YouTube channel that dives into a variety of quirky, fascinating, and thought-provoking topics. The content often explores deep dives into seemingly random, yet captivating subjects, ranging from history, science, culture, and now mainly, wild camping or wilderness content. It is June the 2nd, 2025, and we've shown this video on the channel before. But recently, he made a video explaining why this was the scariest camping experience he'd ever had, and we thought we would share it, as it gives more insight into the situation he experienced.
This footage of me literally cowering on my knees, hiding in the woods at night, as an unknown stranger scans the trees back and forth with a flashlight looking for me, is genuinely one of the scariest moments of my life. After a good while of searching, they finally left, and I stayed there in absolute silence and darkness for a long time afterwards to make sure they'd gone. Once I was convinced they'd gone, I almost literally ran up into the hills to hide and hopefully feel a little bit safer, which unfortunately was not destined to happen. I was quite embarrassed by this incident and the fear at the time, and when I edited the video it was simply saved as failed wild camp, and I almost didn't post it, but then thought, well, I look like an idiot most of the time, so let's just see what people think. It got about 30,000 views on my channel, which as a tiny YouTuber was fantastic. What I hadn't anticipated though, was that this would go on to be included in various scary video compilations and start to get millions of views all over different people's channels and social media platforms. I'm sure I don't need to tell anybody on the internet that with millions of views come an awful lot of opinions, some good, some bad, and some outright disturbing. So now that a few months have passed since this incident, I thought I would give you some more background context and more of the truth of the entire experience and event of this weird little incident. As a comical little side note, I still can't believe the first thing I said when I got to these woods was this. Ooh, the spooky woods. Despite this being my first solo wild camp attempt, I've actually been wild camping for almost 2 decades. I absolutely love it, whether hidden away in fields or on the top of mountains. I'm not worried about getting battered by the weather or wading through streams and rivers. And in fact, I spent a lot of my adult life living on canal boats, so I've spent a lot of time living and sleeping out in some incredibly rural, secluded and peaceful areas. The reason I make a big deal of this now is to show that I am experienced, I'm not scared of getting dirty or cold or rained on, and I'm not particularly scared of spooky rustling noises at night. However, I think some of the people who've seen these clips posted in all sorts of other places have maybe seen images like this of me talking with a selfie stick in the woods at night and got the wrong impression that I'm some sort of city boy who's out being scared by real life in the countryside for the first time. So I'm not quite as delicate as I might come across with my high-pitched voice and my awkward ways, but I just want to play you the actual scary bit now from the woodlands, and then we'll talk about what I really think was going on here, and then move on to the second scary incident of the evening. Dim lights only now. I was just shining the torch round on full beam, showing like the woods to the camera. Some car somewhere on a road up there stopped, and I swear a torch shone into the trees, obviously from well above my head, but it's just spooked me a bit. Oh man, my heart is going. I swear the car that I just mentioned pulled up and somebody has got out. I don't know if it's just coincidence. I'm trying to tell myself that, but I am really, oh my goodness me. I know. This isn't fun, this. I am so stupid. I am the stupidest person I don't know if you can see that they are literally scanning up and down. They are literally... Can you see this on the ground? They're literally looking straight at me.
I think this still might be one of the most terrifying things that can happen to you, especially while camping alone. Not knowing who is out there and what their intentions are would send shivers down anyone's spine, if we're being honest.
So what's basically happened is I've been getting some spooky woodland footage for my video with my high beam torch. Somebody's driven past on a really rural country lane and seen that light in the woods and decided to get out and investigate for one reason or another. And then I've seen that and immediately gone dark. So perhaps they were even more scared than me as they were looking into the woods, wondering why on earth a magical bright light source had suddenly disappeared and maybe who was looking back out of the woods at them looking for me. The real questions are, who was it and why were they so interested? And unfortunately, there's two options that are probably just as likely as each other. So firstly, at this particular time, there was a lot of trouble going on in this area and in some of the local villages. And that's not a particularly uncommon thing, and the police have actually just said they're launching a named operation in one of the very local villages to this area because of the amount of trouble that's going on. So it could have been somebody passing by who was concerned about the amount of trouble afoot and wondering if somebody out in the woods at night flashing these lights around were up to mischief themselves and so came in to see what I was doing. Or it may have been somebody who was responsible for some of the trouble in the area, who was thinking, I wonder if there's another easy target in there. So that's why I basically was never ever going to give up my position if I could avoid it. And luckily I didn't have to. So as you can see, I ran up into the hills and finally, when I was goodness knows how many miles away, after walking with all of my kit on my bag in the stormy weather and being half scared out of my skin, I sat down and had my pasta to eat. But as I was up here, I could hear quad bikes or dirt bikes going along the road in the distance. I could hear shouting, and I'm sure I could hear a car alarm going off as well. And I don't know if that's a sign that some of the idiocy that had been going on in this area was still going on. I don't know if this was a car break-in that somebody'd unfortunately left a camper van or one of their vehicles in one of the car parks along that road you saw me travel on with the red light earlier, and they'd basically become another victim of some of the trouble. But either way, while I was here, you can see I'm distracted. I'm constantly looking over my shoulder because I'm sure that I can hear all of this sound, hear a man shouting, hear a car alarm and these bikes. So of course my concern here is what an unbelievably soft and easy target I'm going to be. If there are people zipping around on quad bikes and dirt bikes, they're going to be absolutely all over me before I've got a chance to even react. And that's before you consider that I've already walked goodness knows how many miles uphill here with all of the weight on my back. And where I'd hoped to camp on this particular night, because of the amount of time it had taken me to get through the spooky woods and everything else that was going on, it was looking less and less likely in the worsening weather conditions that I was going to sensibly and safely make it to my intended campsite, a little bit further hopefully from the trouble going on. So I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to have to run back home to safety as fast as I can and get out of here and pretend none of this ever happened. And as I say, it ended up being about 16 miles or something as a round trip that I'd wasted all of that time, wasted all of that effort and energy. And completely honestly here, I was embarrassed to go back and say to my girlfriend, oh yeah, it was too scary. There was all sorts of stuff going on out in the darkness. And so I thought I'm going to come home. So that's the reality and the more of the context of this evening. I know that it's fun to see these dramatic clips in isolation, and it's amazing some of the commentaries people have done over my scary video footage. It's brilliant. I love it. But this is more of the overall context. There genuinely has been a lot of trouble. The police are paying attention specifically to some of the localities in this area because of how much trouble there is. So even though it might look like dramatic, spooky woodland footage, I wasn't so much scared of ghosts and goblins getting me. I was scared of very real problem people who may have been passing through the area getting hold of me, and more to the point, getting hold of my stuff.
I still think he made the right choice, trusting his gut and getting out of there when he did, because no one knows who or what was lurking out there in the darkness. It could have just been innocent people, or it could have been the same people causing trouble that the police were talking about. But let's be real. Who would want to take that risk? I thought, since we shared the original clip, it would only be right and fair to share his follow-up, where he explains in more detail what actually happened. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Would you have dared to stay, knowing there was a high possibility of people up to no good in the woods with you? Or would you have backed out, choosing safety over confrontation? One thing is for sure. When you're in remote places, alone in the dark, the presence of another human, unexpectedly, will always put you on edge or send chills down your spine. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed these 6 spine-tingling encounters, be sure to like the video and subscribe for more chilling and terrifying videos. There's always another mystery waiting to be uncovered, and you won't want to miss what's next. Stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next video.